Hey, listen, last time we showed you how to make espresso straight out of the box using the Bambino Plus. Today, we're talking about some new espresso tools that will up your game here on Bean Basics. Oh, hey there. Welcome to Bean Basics with Bob and Michelle. Welcome to sunny Saugatuck, and welcome to the Obis Lab. Hey, listen, last time we showed you how to make espresso straight out of the box, beginner's espresso. But today we're going to show you how to up your game a little bit on making that beginner's espresso. And we'll do that with a few new tools. But we're going to bring our friend Carter back to walk us through that because, again, we want to demonstrate that anybody can do this straight out of the box, right? So this is the Bambino Plus. The Breville Bambino Plus is about $500. I'm going to show you some new equipment today. All that would add up to about $75, but we're going to decide at the end of the show which tools we think we really need for beginner's espresso and which ones we don't. All right, so on that note, let me get Carter in here. And Carter, if you don't mind coming on set.
Hello.
Great.
Hello again. Good to see everybody.
Come right in here.
Excellent.
Okay. So, Carter, you do some work for us, right?
Yes.
And Michelle calls it interning work. I'm not sure why it's intern because we actually do pay you.
Okay. True.
So,
Yeah.
but you help us manage the blog, right?
Yeah.
One Big On in Space.
Yeah, I answer everybody's emails.
That's right.
Point,
That's
so.
right. But you don't sign it, Michelle.
No, not anymore.
Okay.
A little bit initially, I was like, ooh. Yeah.
All right. So, and obviously you made espresso last time straight out of the box. We thought
Indeed,
that turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
But we had a couple of mishaps.
A little bit.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and shoot a shot again. And I'm going to go ahead and have you start by doing 16 grams of coffee and getting
Sounds
that
good.
ground up. So I'm going to let you get right in there. I'm not coaching you through this one as much this time, right?
One for one, I got the scale on this time.
You got the scale on.
Already off to a great start.
And what you did there is you just teared it out.
Indeed.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
And Breville says, hey, do between 16 and 19 grams of coffee. We're going to do 16, so go ahead and keep on rolling on that. We're at the lower end of 16 because we're not really concerned about the coffee creating the dam, the pressure, because we have these pressurized portafilters, right? So we're just going to rely right now on the pressurized portafilter. Maybe in a later episode, we're going to get into the idea of using the coffee ground itself as the barrier. All right.
Sounds good.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Got the
spritz,
spritzer,
right?
Of course.
Nice.
And the spritz, I mean, what that does is it reduces static cling. And in the grinder itself, cardinal rule.
Oh, no.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just turn it on.
Turn it on
All right.
and turn it off.
And turn it off because we already got ground
We already
coffee.
got ground coffee. So the cardinal rule break right there was always turn the grinder on first and then dump the beans in. So I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on this whole thing. So
we got the grounds.
We got the grounds. Okay.
Here we are.
How do they look?
I think pretty good.
How do they smell?
Like great coffee grounds.
Oh, great. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to push this back and pull this forward for us.
All right.
Oops.
Oops. Don't break it.
Don't panic.
It's all good.
Get these out of the way. And for everybody, you included, I'm just going to go ahead and preheat both the portafilter and the group head. And that's just by turning on the single dose and letting a little water run through. But we always like to preheat the head, and we always like to preheat the portafilter. Now I could keep this on, but the water won't flow through because it is that pressurized filter. So I just like to have it drip on a little bit. All right, let me get this out of the way and set that right there for you. Okay,
right.
Now this is where our sort of first new tool comes in, because last time you poured the coffee in and it spilled all over. So
Indeed it did.
there's something called an espresso dosing funnel, and that can just sit right on top here, and that prevents grounds from spilling all over the place. So go ahead and
Go for it.
load that right in there.
And how much is the dosing?
The dosing funnel is like $17.
Okay.
So But I mean, it's all metal. It'll never be destroyed in the end. Oh, we still had a little bit of spillage, but that's
Less,
okay.
though.
That's okay. Yeah, no big deal.
That was just the extra from when we last grabbed.
That's right.
So, right? It all balances.
That's right.
In the
So
end.
before you do anything, I'm just going to show Michelle here. That's the way that sort of got in there. We certainly got more coffee in there than last time.
Indeed.
So
yeah.
right on.
Baby steps.
Now, I'm going to give you something here that's called a coffee distributor, right? And it looks like something from Mars almost. But what you're going to do is just stick that in there and stir the coffee. Yeah, just move it around. Now, Carter has a lot of baking skills, right? So this almost feels like you're sifting flour or something like that. But what this does, and I think that'll do the trick.
Excellent.
Okay. And I'll take that back from you.
Sounds good.
Coffee distributor. So when coffee goes through a grinder like that, often it'll come out in clumps, right? And if those clumps end up in here, it could create channels, right? And so the water's always pushing through on espresso under pressure. And if it finds a shortcut, a channel to go through, we won't get a good extraction.
Right.
Okay. So that's what this tool is doing for us, is making sure that we don't have clumps.
How much does that fancy back scratcher
Oh,
cost?
it's not a back scratcher.
Oh,
Come on
that's
now.
what it looks
It could be
So-
used for one, right?
Yeah, this is $15.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
So everything I got here is somewhere between 10, 15, 18, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to just give this a little bit of a shake for us. And that was just to level it out. I'm going to have you take the doser and just set it right on top.
Okay.
And give it a light push on the center. Very good. Okay. Go ahead and take that off. And go ahead and take our ring off.
All right.
Perfect.
Excellent.
All right, I'm going to give you a new tool, and this is going to really
Very nice.
almost replace the tamper, but go ahead and grab that. That's pretty heavy.
Oh yeah, this has got weight to it.
Absolutely. So go ahead and get that right on top.
Cool, cool.
Give it a push down and give it a turn. So turn, turn, turn. Somehow we're a little uneven. Let me go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah. So I'm gonna go a little more aggressively than you've gone and give it a 1, 2. Okay.
Well,
now
1, 2.
the beauty of that, and by the way, we're always gonna sort of get all the grounds off there, but the idea is to polish and tamp all in one.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
I probably should have given you the tamping pad to do that with. So this is another little piece of equipment that you can have. Let me get this out of the way a little bit. So if we were to have sort of a workplace scenario, this would be here and this would be here. I'm going to have you grab it.
Yep.
And go ahead and do that polish just one more time.
This was my workplace scenario, actually. So we
Right
had,
on.
yeah.
Perfect. Looks beautiful. Okay. So we're about ready to rack this up. But one thing we need to do is preheat the group head. We're going to do that one more time. That's going to be pushing the single dose button and letting just a minor amount of water going through. You're going to go ahead and rack her up.
All right. There we go. And then
All the way over.
all the way over.
Yep.
Hold on to the machine, right? Otherwise it could
And now we're going to hit the 2-dose button.
2 dose. Should we put the cups under first?
Oh, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, that's-
sick.
Once again, Carter saves the day.
Spin back and forth today.
Yeah, right. That looks good.
Excellent.
Boom. All right.
Time it.
Oh, too late.
A little bit too late.
So it should take about 8 to 12 seconds for it to start to drip. And I think we're there. And as it starts dripping, it's running a little fast, but nothing that I would worry about.
Okay.
So this pour, 18, 19, it came in at about 19 seconds. So that's a little short.
Okay.
But we have work to do.
Indeed.
But I think that we'll find this to be very serviceable. Now, right now, I don't know, baby, if you can get a shot of that. I mean, there's beautiful crema on that,
yeah, look
right?
at that.
Yeah.
So this is only the second time you've used this machine.
Indeed.
And I would think that you made an espresso, although there were some variables that we kind of got wrong. You made an espresso that most people can't make right out of the box like this. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Now, the question is, do you want sugar for yours?
I'm good without sugar. Actually.
You're good without sugar? You're sure?
I'm a black coffee person.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to you. So, well, let's have a little cheers.
Indeed.
Boop. And have a sip. It's very strong.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't have the liqueur component, doesn't have that thickness to it, but it is very serviceable. All right, well, now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, we got the ring, we got this tamper, we got the distributor, we got the tamp pad. Of course, the one thing that we haven't talked about yet is the knock box, and that's something else that's needed. So go ahead and take the portafilter out.
All right.
Right on, and go ahead and knock your puck out.
It's kind of right in the center here.
Yeah, right there. Like you mean it.
There it goes.
There it goes, it's gone.
Excellent.
Perfect. Now, you know, there's always some residual. I'm glad you have a towel right there.
Me too.
And please, anybody, never call this a rag, okay? This is a towel. And if we were to make another shot right behind this one, we just sort of polish this out, get all the grounds out,
Yep,
put our
nice
towel
and
to the
clean.
side, get this back in here. Now, the one thing we want to do is clean out that group head, because there will have been some grounds
Oh yeah.
stuck to the top, and you can see them right there, and that's why we flush that off, and then we get our portafilter right back in, just like this. Okay,
Very nice.
so we've got all these things, right,
Indeed.
that are new, and by the way, we can get rid of the razor now.
Yep.
Right, this sort of solves that problem there. Tamp box, pad, ring, distributor, and so on. What do you think is essential?
I mean, given my track record with pouring coffee, I feel like the ring is definitely, at least personally, something
Yeah.
that I need.
Yeah.
But I feel like this guy, given how it gets rid of, you know, the razor and a bit of the tamp pad all in one, I think is a really nice piece of equipment. I think, of course, this too, to make sure the water doesn't get through any like quicker channels to even it all out. And then, you know, I think this is really nice. You know, again, I had this at my old place of work, and so like that's always great to use. But you could still do it into the trash if you
Of
needed
course.
to. I feel like, I mean, these three are the essential. To pick one out of all of them, I feel like baseline, this guy is probably going to be your best bet.
Right on.
But that's just kind of my quick take on everything.
Got it. Well, thanks for getting us through this particular episode
Thank
here
you.
of Beginner's Espresso. And of course, we'll finish this up when we're done. But until next time, we want to leave you with this one note, and that is, when you love the world,
The world will love you right back.
right on.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for joining us. For future episodes, click the subscribe button. Bean Basics is brought to you by OneBigIslandInspace.com with 2 G's.